Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
I stealthily sneak, stalking my prey, and take my killing shot. Well, okay, not quite killing shot. Well, okay, actually I'm kind of taking fire now. Today we'll be discussing sniping from the wall of the HPG map. This is actually a short video, more specialized on this specific map and this specific situation. Some people were asking how to get up here. It requires a fast mech. Jump jets help, especially for maneuvering around. Some of the sides you can't get up unless you have jump jets. Certainly you can't get to some of the other sections unless you do have jump jets, but there's not required. What is required is a fast mech. I've not tried it with a slower mech, but it may be possible to get up here with a slower mech, but it really limits your options. Speed really does help get over some of the bumps and things. So, back to the point. When players first started sniping from there, it was a little bit of a mystery how they got up on the wall like that, but by the time I got around to making this video, it's probably fairly well known, so maybe it's not that big of a secret. But I did want to point out a few different things, because there's a couple ways you can get up here you may not know. First, understand that I'm using a trial mech, the Spider, with it because it has a very high speed and good jump distance. So I'll be able to demonstrate a few things with this. I don't have jump jets on my other mechs that make it a little easier to get around. From the deployment zone, basically spin around and run towards the embankment on the outer edge. Find a slope that you can get up. That's where a slower mech may not be able to do it, simply because they wouldn't have the power to get up there, but there may be a few spots that are gentle enough slope to get up there anyway. Once you're up there, the next hurdle to get over is getting around without spending enough time out of bounds that you will cost you. Some areas you can get around without going out of bounds at all. Others, there's a short stint where you go out of bounds. And again, some of the arms on the side wall have a barrier on them that you'll need jump jets to get up. Mechs simply won't be able to step over it. Once you're up on the wall, you can run around and find that there's a lot of up and down irregular terrain, almost like running around on a series of crates and boxes stacked around. Some of them jump jets will help you get over. Sometimes if you don't have jump jets, you just kind of hit them and just sit there. You have to kind of figure out a way to get up and around. It is a challenge. If you have jump jets, you can then jump from that wall to the center section walls and potentially continue to work your way around the edge, selecting sniping positions at your own leisure. Now, the video clip that I started with, I was using a Raven that did not have an ECM. If you want to do this type of sniping, you will need an ECM because they can see you and just start picking you off and putting fire back on you. This was more effective when it first came out and was still relatively new. Since players are used to it and know how to counter it, it's not as effective as it used to be. Now, if you wanted, you could, from the center map, on the platform there, just under the roof, take off running along this arm here. And of course, this takes a fast mech with a lot of jump jets. Build up your speed, and at the end, you can vary takeoff angle as you wish, hit your jump jets, and you can actually get up onto the wall. Sort of. Your jump jets run out just as you get up here. And wait for them to charge up, and then give another little burst with some forward movement, and you can get right up on there. So it is possible to get there from the center. Under fire, I'm not sure how effective that is. And truth be told, I'm not sure how effective any of the wall sniping really is anymore. When it first came out, there was a little bit of a shock and awe effect to it. Without that, once people got used to it, I've had times where I got up here, got 2 or 3 shots off, and they gunned me down very quickly. I've had other times where I was rather effective. It just depends on how able the other team is to adapt to the situation. So here we are in an actual battle, running a Raven that has ECM, running around the back side. Now this is where I don't know that a slower mech would be able to get up here, simply because you need some speed to get over some of the bumps and things in the terrain. With this particular route, I didn't have to go out of bounds, so that would have been a problem. But if you could get like an Atlas up here, that would be really amusing to snipe with. You can see the terrain is not very advantageous to cover. There's one little dips up here, and there's a little bit of a higher spot on the other side, a little bit of walls you can hide behind. That's it for cover. Normally I can only come up here with Ravens or Locusts. Just smaller, lower, easier to hide. Start taking some shots. I'm equipped with 2 ER large lasers, which is a pretty common armament for Ravens. Take a step back into the pit there, and you drop down out of sight. The weapons on both of those mechs are mounted high in the arms, so you can easily shoot over terrain, giving minimal exposure. This is some general information for sniping. You can see the mech sticking up quite easy targets on the other side.
Out of bounds.
Taking shots, back away, out of bounds, step forward, scramble around trying to accommodate. I usually find the best setup is to set up your mech so it's legs are facing laterally to the edge, and you just go forward or backwards and just shift in and out of cover quite rapidly. So you just pull back, get some cover, pull forward, take a shot. Right now a lot of attention's being paid to me, which is actually more of a diversion and distraction, not doing a lot of damage. However, it draws their attention away from the other players, which is beneficial.
Heat level critical.
Sometimes you just have to lay low for a little bit, let their attention wane. Just go back to shooting. I've never done well with particle cannons in this game, whether it be the standard or ER. I've had a hard time sniping with those. They do more damage in one initial hit, however you have to have that perfect shot lined up. I always need the burn time of the lasers to line up and hit. You won't be able to see it real well here, but in the pillars you can see some other enemy mechs moving around.
Heat level
I was just trying to see if I could get a hit on one of them. So they're taking refuge, hiding from me.
Heat level critical.
Heat dissipation's a real challenge on this
Heat
map.
level critical.
A couple times I wasn't sure if that was a friendly mech I just took a shot at or not, because the way the
Heat level critical.
symbols line up.
Heat level critical.
Reposition, wait for some heat to try to drop off, take a shot. Now it's real exciting watching this type of sniping action. But it does get quite exciting a little bit later.
Target acquired.
Of course, when it comes to sniper duels in general, it's usually not real exciting to watch somebody else play it. A couple times I wasn't sure. With this map, the challenge is some of the terrain looks like mechs at a distance. You have a little spike type formation sticking up. And the other challenge is they blend into the coloring. Unlike some maps where you have some different coloring you can at least pick up on. And me being me, I'm not going to play in heat vision. I play real battle. I'm not going to do that cheesy stuff. Of course, right on the edge of being out of bounds. There's a little bit of concern about somebody trying to circle around, get enemy mech trying to get on me. And I cannot get up there. Need jump jets. Oh. Finally got it. Almost walked off the edge. Trying to get some shots on the remaining enemy mechs.
Target acquired.
Now you won't be able to see it in the video, but when the chat, in a little bit, it basically comes down to me versus the last two enemy mechs, and the rest of the players on my team were offering some helpful suggestions and advice.
New target acquired.
I tend to ignore chat in game. I just focus on the battle, and I'm oblivious to what's being typed in chat. So some of them, I guess, were trying to give suggestions or advice. What a lot of them didn't realize is this is a fairly new mech to me. I've never been a big fan of the Raven. I kind of started working on it for the role of trying to create some fast, light snipers. The Locust was not working out in that role, just too fragile, which really is a joke to be used in mech combat overall in this game. So they were telling me to use advanced zoom and all this different stuff. I don't even have all the basic stuff unlocked on this mech. So yeah, right now it's 2 players and myself. And I got this spider trying to circle around on me. Not a problem. Just wait. Step away from the edge. Try to do some more damage to him. I don't know what his condition is. I'm okay. Well, light mech with any kind of damage isn't necessarily okay. To start doing what damage I can to him as he's trying to close on me. He starts shooting back.
Out of bounds.
It's also trying to hopefully force him into out of bounds. Wait for him to land, line him up, and just give him a nice long burn. I think I hurt him real bad. I did not kill him, but I think I hurt him real bad, and he just decided he didn't want to play anymore. He dropped out. Of course, I suffered some critical damage. Basically trying to withdraw to a more defensible position. And I know the spider's still alive. I didn't kill him, but he never came back after this, so I was a little confused, okay, because there's another enemy around here somewhere. Well, where is he? Everyone seemed to have ECM, so I really couldn't see him at a distance, and I'm getting shot at. Need to move to a position to try to limit my target. Find out where the shots are coming from. I wasn't sure at first if the spider had circled around on the other side on me.
Heat level critical.
But with that, I had to presume he had left, meaning that I only had whatever the other mech is to deal with. therein is always a challenge because I can see the shot coming in. It means it's somewhere to the right, but I can't come up. I really can't see anything. Managed to pick up a shot there. Pull up, do some damage, pull back. So he's also trying to take cover in some of the terrain. With that, I actually pulled forward a little too much. I fell off the step and it wouldn't let me walk backwards. So I was essentially pinned. He's turned some fresh territory to him for him to hit. Run back over, go back to what I call the trench or pit. This is the closest thing to a defensive territory in the game. There he is. We go back into this fighter exchange. Do quite a bit of damage to him. Really. A little bit. I saw several explosions on him as I think I took off both of his arms. And then he got me. So close, yet so far away. That's basically what it's like to sniper from the hyperpulse generator wall. I know it's very exciting to watch, but at least gives you some ideas if you're wanting to try it. A little over 400 damage. Respectable. Until next time, game on.